I think that Kentuckians of all political persuasions over the next few months, be they Democrat, Republican, or Independent, need to really look closely at who Rand Paul is and what he stands for, because I think most of us really don't know at this point, and I think a lot of hard questions need to be asked, and he needs to answer them so that all Kentuckians will know exactly where he stands on a lot of issues before they get the opportunity to cast their vote in November. He comes from a libertarian background and calls himself a libertarian, and that political philosophy is a fairly radical philosophy in the United States. A lot of us are for limited government, and I think I have proven that I am by reducing the state workforce to the smallest number in a generation, and by cutting out almost $1 billion from our state budget over the last 2.5 years. But there are things in my mind that government does well and should help our people with. College scholarships and loans, things that improve the quality of life for our people. The libertarian philosophy, as I understand it, wants virtually no government, or as little as possible. And I really think that folks are going to need to delve into Dr. Paul's thought processes on a lot of issues that that will come up in this Senate campaign, and that will help address what government should do and shouldn't do.
Governor, on the one specific that he did mention, where he said that government probably shouldn't be able to allow, or shouldn't be able to dictate to private business whether it can discriminate or not. That's causing some concern around the country.
Well, it causes me great concern that a person standing for public office in the Commonwealth of Kentucky does not believe that government has a role in making sure that every person in this country, regardless of their race, color, creed, religion, or whatever, has the same equal opportunity to eat at the lunch counter in a department store. You know, this was settled 50 years ago, and it's very disturbing that we have a person running for public office and has the nomination of a major political party in our state, has that kind of philosophy. That's what motivates me to say that every Kentuckian really needs to dig in here and find out what this fellow really thinks and who he is. They may like what they find. They may not, but I think that we owe it to ourselves and we owe it to the state to know exactly what you're casting your vote for or against. You know, I was equally concerned about his apparent unbridled support for BP in this disastrous oil spill that is going to create a huge environmental problem for us for years to come. To just say that accidents happen, look what he said about the 2 deaths we had in the mines in Kentucky. You know, we owe our miners the safest possible working conditions and workplace, and you know, to just flippantly brush off deaths in the mines or brush off an economic disaster, an environmental disaster caused by this BP oil spill does not reflect favorably on that person as far as I'm concerned.